Hey, everybody. Thankful to be able to kind of give you an update on what's going on with Next Generation Ministries, even though I'm not able to be there with you in the moment because we're doing student ministry stuff tonight. But thankful to Scott for giving me this opportunity to be able to just update you on what's going on a little bit with my role, a little bit with what's going on in our Next Generation Ministry team, and really what that even means. Because I know when we're in a time like this where we're not able to be together as much as we would like to, it's really easy for us to throw out some terms like that and even to talk about my new role and ultimately to not really understand what the goal of it is. And so I want to try to clarify that a little bit just in the next couple of minutes and to let you know about some of the directions that we're headed when it comes to discipling and raising up the next generation and their families. First of all, I stepped into the role of next generation pastor at the beginning of the new year, and the goal of my new role, especially really the specifics of that new role, are that I still have primary responsibility for leadership of the student ministry, so that hasn't changed in terms of my job description. But what has changed is that I've also taken on leadership of our next generation ministry team. And so that means that I'm really overseeing all the way from children to students and even into young adults. And so what that looks like practically is that I am leading the Next Generation Ministry team. And so who's a part of that is me as the leader of the student ministry, Julie as the leader of the children's ministry, Landon as somebody who's got hands in student ministry and young adults, and then Jordan and Richie, our residents who are working with the student ministry and have done a great job already up to this point. And so the five of us are working together as the Next Generation Ministry team to really think intentionally, first and foremost, about a holistic discipleship vision for from the time that a child is born in our church all the way up until they graduate from our student ministry, and even into how we can keep them connected to our church once they go to college and once they get into their career, wherever that may be. And so that's a big task and a big responsibility, but it's one that I think is going to bear fruit for a long time here at Calvary as we really seek to even think about things like based on where a child is at in their development at a specific age, the things that we need to be teaching them and how we need to be teaching them. And where a student is at as an eighth grader versus as a senior, how we can really very intentionally think about what to teach and how to teach based on where a student or a child is at in their development. That's what we're going to be thinking through. And in addition to that, very importantly, is thinking about different ways throughout that process that we can support and equip parents and grandparents and really hopefully everybody that's a part of our congregation to be able to disciple and to reach the next generation. And so along with that, we're looking ahead to sometime in the fall is when we're thinking right now for what we're going to call a family discipleship conference. And we're very intentionally not calling it a parenting conference because we don't just want it to be for parents. It's not just going to be a bunch of practical parenting tips, but what it is going to be is how to raise up the next generation to love and to know Jesus, and doing that from the perspective of, yes, we especially want to make sure that parents are in on that because it's their primary responsibility to disciple their kids, but also we'll have opportunities and specific things for grandparents. We'll have things for singles, for maybe empty nesters, and just trying to incorporate all kinds of different life stages in to recognize and to be equipped to use whatever stage of life they're in to reach the next generation, recognizing that it's not the call of just a children's minister or a student minister. It's not just the call of parents, but it's the call of all of us to make sure that the gospel gets to the next generation. And so we're really excited about that opportunity, and in terms of dates and different things like that, that'll be coming out a little bit later in the year. But that'll really be the culmination of a lot of our work when it comes to thinking through vision for Next Generation Ministries. Will be that date in the fall when we're able to unveil a lot of that. A lot of you have asked me about young adults as well. Last Thursday, were able to start meeting with our young adult small group. We had 9 that were there and 3 that missed because of sickness. And so they'll be here this next week, and so we'll have 12 as really our core group. And something that may be encouraging for you in that is that out of that group of 12, 8 of those were not a part of our church as of just a few months ago. So it's pretty awesome what the Lord has already done when it comes to our young adult ministry, and we are really, really trusting and believing that He is going to continue to work and to move in powerful ways and to continue to allow us to grow and reach more and more young adults in our area. And so all of that really comes together to lead me to say this as just the last thing that I would encourage us with. I would just say this, that something that we've been realizing more and more is that it is not only a responsibility, but it is an incredible privilege and incredible grace for God to not only invite us into His family, but also to give us the opportunity to make sure that after you're gone and after I'm gone, I want to think about that too. After you're gone and after I'm gone, and I'm talking about after my life is over, I want for the gospel to continue to live on. I want for people to continue to follow Jesus. And the way that we do that is by investing in children, in students, in the next generation, and in their families so that they grow up to know and to love Jesus. And so every single person who's on this meeting, every single person who's a part of our church has a role to play in that. And I'm excited to be able to lead that effort at our church. And I thank you for trusting me with that responsibility. And I look forward to working together with all of you to see the next generation at our church raised up to love and to know Jesus, and to see their families equipped to be able to make disciples in their homes. Thanks, guys.